last one here last night and first one here this morning. What a great feeling. Okay, I arrived. You can kind of hear the river where the dam was. So I just gotta walk around this building and then hopefully the trail's there. I don't know, I haven't checked. I should have checked yesterday, but I didn't. So, all right, so here's a little board. I'm guessing I'm right here right now where it says barrage, which means dam. And I'm gonna take this yellow line and it goes all the way up here. Apparently there's a little waterfall up there as well. But this line is 7 kilometers and I think I'm gonna stop probably just here, which is, I don't know, probably 1 or 2 kilometers, because it has a name of La Vallée Suspendue, which is like the suspended valley. I'm guessing it's a nice view. So got 2 kilometers, 40 minutes before sunrise, so I guess that's the goal. So let's try to find this trail now. All right, so I found the trail. It's just a continuation of the road, but you're not allowed cars and it's like gravel. So I hope I won't regret my decision to come here instead of going to the big vista view. But I told myself, you know, I don't like doing 2 things back to back, the same thing back to back. So let me just find this little viewpoint. Well, it's not viewpoint, it looks like a picnic spot. Let me find this picnic spot. Maybe boil up a coffee. Okay, so yeah, there it is. We got the La Vallée Suspendue. Okay. All right, so it is getting brighter and brighter outside. You can see the sky now, and you can see it's completely cloud covered. I can't believe it. Like, it was completely cleared. Even when I was driving out here, I could see the stars. And then when I started walking, I could see in the distance the clouds were slowly coming in. And now sunset is, I think it's right now actually. It's at 6:15, 6:11. So 4 minutes. I set my camera over there just in case anything happens. But I think right now, the best thing to do is probably make a coffee. Good. That's exactly what I wanted to do because there was no water. It was useless. So yeah, I was waiting here. I was like waiting for the light to hit the mountains, and I was like, man, this is taking forever. And then I realized that yeah, no, sunset, it's not at 6:15, it's at 6:50. I don't know why I thought 6:15. I even told myself yesterday, I was like, okay, so it's basically 7 o'clock. Okay, I got a lot of time to sleep. Because like I was looking around and it's like a bit of color here, a bit of like some tiny lick of pink on each side. I'm like, wait a sec, this doesn't make any sense. And then I was like, wait. I look at my photo pills app and I was like, oh yeah, 7:50, that's when sunrise is. Okay, I guess there's a tiny bit of chance that we get a tiny bit of color. I guess I gotta have to wait a tiny bit longer to get the light on the mountains. All right, so we were getting some nice interesting light up here somewhere, but it's gone now. So it didn't last too long, and it was at the most uninterested, like the most useless spot I could have light, you know what I mean? I could have had it on this peak here instead, or even over here, but no, it had to be like right in the middle where nothing was going on. It's all here. This is really frustrating.
Even though I didn't like where the light was cast on the landscape, I really wish it came back because it was the only interesting light I had at sunrise. Luckily, it did come back, but I didn't have a composition set up and I was just running around like a crazy guy trying to find the best possible composition.
Okay, so the light was still hitting that same mount, and I figured, and then the clouds were lighting up here, if you guys can see. So it's kind of lighting up a bit. So I found a new composition that included this mount up here, but unfortunately it's gone now. But the clouds look nice, so I'm just gonna keep taking exposures until the color's done. I had a hard time trying to find a composition. I basically walked a bit further into the shoreline. There was this little bush that was hiding this little section of the shoreline. It's, well, I mean, it's not much, but it's enough for my composition. Basically, when I was over there, I had a hard time because I had this tree that's right above me now, but when I was over there, it was in my frame, and it was a big distraction because I couldn't find a composition, a clean composition with, you know, the shoreline, the rocks, and then trying to eliminate the tree, because the tree, I couldn't include the whole tree in the frame, so it was just basically interrupting the sky. Basically, it was a constant battle to try to, you know, arrange the rocks in the shoreline and then try to eliminate the tree. So it was really, really difficult. But I found this little spot, and it's exactly what I need for this composition. It has a bit of a curve in the shoreline here, and then when I was taking exposures of the sky, I had to move these branches because these branches were in the shot. So I kind of just move these branches. I press my shutter button, take the shot, and now I have my sky exposure. I think I'm still gonna be waiting for that light to hit this mount here. It's taking a long time, but yeah, I'm gonna wait it out. I'm gonna leave the camera here because this is a really good composition, and probably take a bit of a longer exposure to soften the water a bit more, or maybe keep it ripply. I don't know, we'll see. I'll take both, and when I get back home, I'll decide which one I want. But whew, I think the fact that I thought the sunrise was at 6:15, it kind of demoralized me. And when it started, I was like, I wasn't ready for it. Alright, so I went back to my previous composition around the bush here. The camera's on the ground, and I'm just taking a new image because the river is completely still. It's amazing. And we have some really wispy clouds in the sky, so I'm just gonna take a couple shots here. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna move the branches out the way, and I'm gonna go back over there, shoot more compositions, and then I might shoot like trees. Oh man, it's so still. Look at this. You can't even tell that that's the water. That's how still it is. All right, let me take more of the same but different. All right, let's go.
what a perfect mirror reflection. I absolutely love this image, and tell me in the comment section between the long exposure and this shot, which one do you prefer? Honestly, I should have waited a bit longer to get a bit more light on those peaks for that long exposure, but I didn't do that, and that's okay. If you watched the video all the way up to this point, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and if you did both of those, I just want to tell you thank you very much. And to anybody else that's already a subscriber to the channel, a big thank you. I really appreciate it. All right, so my morning's almost over. I'm just finishing off. The lights on the mountains has disappeared. It might come back, but for now it's gone. The clouds are not as nice as earlier. So that last shot I took, I think that might be the shot of the day. I really like that shot. But right now I'm just, I took out my telephoto lens. I'm taking advantage of this calm water. Just trying to find some trees that have a nice shape to them with the fall colors. So I don't know, we'll see what I come up with. So here's my first tree shot. Pretty simple. The tree just has a nice shape. And yeah, I just put the horizon, like the shoreline, dead center in the frame. And that's pretty much all it is. So I'm gonna try to find a couple more like these just for fun. And then I'll show you all the images at the end. So I've just been rifling away with these telephoto shots, but I found one that I really like, and I'm going to show you guys what was my thought process. Basically, this is a scene here. I'm including this piece of land here, and then the background, but just a sliver of the background. There's some nice, I forget what they're called in English. They're bouleaux in French, but it's basically the white trunk trees. Anyways, so the bouleaux, and then obviously the reflection. Let me just show you. All right, so here's the shot, guys. Basically, I just wanted to make sure I included these three trees. They're really important, I feel, for the composition. And then I just wanted to include just a sliver of the background that was catching the light, and then eliminate the sky on both the top part and the reflection part. So tell me what you guys think about these telephoto shots, and tell me which one's your favorite. Now that I'm back home, I could tell you that those trees are birch trees. So thank you, internet, for putting my English back on track. And this image was my favorite out of all those telephotos that I took that day. If you missed my last video where I shoot this big vista view at the same park the day before, click or tap on the video here. And on the next video, I'll be going to Grand Jardin to shoot my favorite image of the year. So if you don't want to miss that, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, and until next time, God bless.